You know what? We'll get rocking. If Joanne hops on, we'll go over it again. So yeah, we already went over the beginning part. So yeah, we're gonna do 7 sets of 5 for our deadlift. Or again, Lauren, yeah, we might go that single leg or the hip bridge, something like that. We're gonna go for a set every 2 minutes. So hopefully, realistically, you're gonna have about a minute and a half to maybe a minute of rest in between each set. And then from there, we'll just get into the next one. Once we're done that, we'll have a quick little transition, and then we're going into 6 rounds for time of 5 hang power cleans, 50 double unders or 100 single skips, and then you just rotate through that for the 6 rounds. For the hang power cleans, since there's no weight, what you're trying to do is make it as heavy as you can in a sense of making sure, I would say, that you're probably able to still hang on to the 5 unbroken. So if you're not sure with what that'll look like for you, again, it's just YouTube right now, so I can totally help you out. It's super easy with figuring out what that may look like. Laura, do you have dumbbells?
Yeah, I have dumbbells. Yeah.
Okay, so that probably would be a better option for you. Or I mean, you could even try the barbell, just empty, and see how that feels. But if you go dumbbells and it feels light enough, you might want to make the 5 hang cleans into like 10 hang power cleans kind of thing. Morning, Joanne.
Hi, sorry, morning.
That's okay. We just went over it. Basically, the beginning, Joanne, is just going to be deadlift, 7 sets of 5. Do you have any type of weights at home, like heavy enough to make that work, or would you rather go into like the single leg stuff or banded good mornings, or what kind of
Well,
stuff
I
do you have
have
at home?
20-pound dumbbells, so I don't know if I should use those. And I also have a band. So what's better to do, the band or?
I would probably go the dumbbells, and then what you can do is play around with 2 options. I would say you're either going to go for 5, I would almost even say 10 per side of a single leg deadlift, and you can hold on to either the 2 dumbbells or just 1. Or you could bump it up to like 15 to 20 reps and do a double deadlift, like with the dumbbells, and just get more volume moving at a smooth, slow pace, just so that we're getting kind of more of a deep burn with the lighter weights rather than worrying about getting heavy and only doing 5.
Right.
And then, yeah, we'll go for a set every 2 minutes there. And then we just started going over this 6-rounder. So, yeah, 5 hang power cleans. We're trying to get as heavy as we can. 50 double unders or 100 single skips. Or if we can't do that in our basement, going for 35 jumping jacks or 35 plate hops. The little kicker with this one, though, is that if we are skipping and we trip, you're going to try to go for 5 burpees either over a bar, your dumbbells, or even just straight up 5 regular burpees is fine. If anybody is going the jumping jacks or plate hop route, you're going to be doing 5 burpees no matter what at the start of each round. So you'll do your burpees, 5 hang power cleans, your jumping jacks, and then repeat that for the 6 rounds.
Okay.
So nothing too crazy in terms of the movement, but any questions or concerns for anybody out of the gate to start here? Sweet. Okay, so warm-up wise, what are we going to do? 30 seconds of either plate hops, skipping, jumping jacks, 30-second plank holds, 30-second hollow holds, 10 good mornings, 15 thrusters, and then 10 alternating lunges with a twist. We'll aim to get through that 2 times. And again, I'll kind of tell you guys when to start your next one because I'm going to time you out for these plate hops, plank holds, and the hollow holds. So if you guys are good, either grabbing your skipping rope, your plate you want to hop on, or just getting ready to do jumping jacks. And we'll start that off in a second here. I'm going to play around with my fancy new little timer. Let's say, I don't know, 60. Okay, everybody. So we will start our skipping, jumping jacks, or plate hops in 10 seconds. So just going for 30 seconds of that. 3, 2, 1, and go for it. 30 seconds, skipping or jumping jack. Thanks, everybody. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest it out. Nice. Next, 30-second plank holds. Does not matter to me if you're from the elbows or your hands. Either option is totally fine. I'll count you guys in, and let's say we'll start our 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1, and go for it. 30-second plank hold. Just tucking ribs to hips, keeping core nice and tight. 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest it out. Beauty. Next one is our hollow hold. I think you guys are all good with the hollow hold. So just the one where you're on your back. Again, our main goal is going to be tucking ribs to hips. So you're keeping that core nice and tight. Lower back is flat to the floor. In a perfect world, arms would be extended overhead, legs would be straight out. But again, if we start to pull that in a little bit, it'll be a bit easier to keep that core locked in. Let's start our 30 seconds off in 3, 2, 1, and go for it. 30-second hollow hold. Again, your main focus is lower back tight to the floor. So if you start to lose that, just shorten off a little bit, pulling your feet in or your hands a little bit closer in. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Come on out of that. Beauty. Next one, guys. 10 good mornings. So totally up to you here. If you have a band that you want to put around your neck and then step into, you can do that. If you have an empty barbell and you want to use that, you can also do that. If you want to go unweighted, that's also cool too. But for the good morning, again, just thinking small bend in the knee. You're going to reach your hips back as far as you can, feel on the hamstring turn on, and then go for a big squeeze in the butt, come to a full extension. And we'll just go for 10 nice controlled good mornings. Slight bend in the knee is fine here, but you are definitely trying to keep your legs a little bit straighter. Next, two options I'll give you. So it says 15 thrusters here. If you're not feeling getting into a weighted thruster right away, you can either go for 15 just straight up regular air squats, or if you want to even just hold a little bit of lightweight and do 15 goblet squats, that's cool. But if you're feeling up to it, we'll go for 15 full thrusters, full squat down, little jump and explode overhead, and we'll go for 15 reps whenever you are ready, either weighted or unweighted. Does not matter to me. We're just getting the blood flowing a little here. Good. Last but not least, before we go back to the top, we're just gonna go for 10 alternating lunge with a twist. So all that one will look like is you can either step forward or back, doesn't matter to me. If we're stepping forward, you're gonna twist over the knee that's out in front, then come back up to full extension, come to the other side, twist over the knee that's out in front, come back to full extension, and then just alternating back and forth for 10 total reps, 5 per side. You can totally have that knee come right down to the floor and then get a nice big twist over top. And if you'd rather step backwards, that's totally fine too. You just always twist over the knee that's out in front. Awesome. Okay, guys. So yeah, we'll just do that whole thing one more time through. So we'll go for another 30 seconds of our skipping or jumping jacks. So I'll give you guys a second to grab your ropes or get yourself set for your jumping jacks. And we'll start this bad boy off in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go for it. 30 seconds of jumping jacks or skipping. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Come on out of that one. Next one, 30-second plank hold. So again, I'll give you a second to get down to the ground, and we'll go for our 30 seconds in 5, 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Nice, everyone. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest it out. Next one, hollow hold. So you can just now go right down to the floor, flipping onto your back. We'll go for another 30 seconds there. I'll time you guys in. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. 30-second hollow hold. Again, same thing here. If you want to shorten up a little bit, make sure you're feeling it through the core, low back flat to the ground. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good stuff. Come on out of that one. We are back to our good morning. So again, either with a little bit of weight, bands, or nothing at all. Just going for 10 reps there. Nice big hinge at the hip, really pushing those hips back on the hamstring and glutes turn on. Going for 10 reps there. Good stuff. Again, once you are done that, just going for another set of 15 of either your thrusters, your air squats, your dumbbell thrusters, whatever it may be. Awesome. And then last but not least, just going for one more set of 10 of our lunge and twist. So again, whichever leg is out in front is the one you'll be twisting over. Stepping forward, stepping back does not matter to me. And then just going for another 10 total reps, 5 per side. Go. All right, everyone. So when you are done that, we will now say easily a good like 8 minutes if you guys needed to get ourselves set for, again, just this portion here, the deadlift. Main thing to remember for everybody, whether we're doing double like regular deadlift, single leg deadlift, we're trying our best to keep a nice flat back, loading up hamstring and glute. So whether we are going with a barbell, dumbbells, the main goal is to always be in this type of position here and not have ourselves be in kind of this random position as we're pulling off of the floor. If we are going into a single leg deadlift, if you're holding onto a bar, I would still hold on with both hands. If you're doing a dumbbell, totally up to you. You can either hold on to double, or whichever leg is going back would be the one that I would hold the weight with. And then you try to get as low as you can, squeeze and come back up. Don't stress about trying to get right down to the floor with that one. Focus more on making sure that you're loading up the hamstring and glute and feeling yourself actually stay engaged through your back. Don't worry about getting to the ground. But again, yeah, we'll stay another like 6 minutes or so here, and then we'll start this 7 sets of 5 off every 2 minutes, and we'll go off of this clock over here. I'll reset it so you guys have a timer to go off of. Any questions, let me know. I will help you guys out. But yeah, we'll say this about 5 minutes, and then we'll get this bad boy rocking. Lauren, would you end up deciding you're gonna go for the single legs, or do you want to go into like a hip bridge and then go from there? Sorry, you're on mute.
Okay. I've got a dumbbell to go on my hips, and I'm gonna go for like the hip bridge.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that works for sure. If you want, how much is the dumbbell?
There's a very wide variety.
Okay, so I was gonna say,
so I bought this one. Okay.
I was like, just make sure it's tough enough for you. So like, instead of doing the 5 reps, I would maybe go for you more like 10 to 15, just so you get a little bit more volume, because you won't be getting crazy heavy kind of thing. And then just make sure you get a nice big squeeze through the glutes, drive through the heels, and just try to get as high as you can while keeping everything locked in. I think you'll be okay there.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
No. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
And then Joanne, you're gonna go the double dumbbell deadlift, correct? And then just go a little bit higher volume. Okay, cool. And then Jimmy's still kind of warming up, or good to go? Yeah. Okay, cool. I think it looks like, yeah, everyone's set then, so I guess we can get this thing rocking. So again, I'm gonna have this clock over here set for a 2-minute window, because now Rob finally helped me out and gave me a nice fancy clock, so it'll show you guys every 2 minutes when you'll be going. Again, depending on our variation, you're probably gonna have hopefully about a minute minimum of rest in between each set. So it's gonna be 7 sets, going for a set every 2 minutes. And let's say we'll start this first set off in 10 seconds. Flat back, loading up hamstring glute are 2 of your main goals. 2, 1, and go for it. First set of 5 or our 10 to 15, depending on what our variation is. So you guys still got just over a minute. Get to rest it out. Again, a couple ways you can always make this tougher. So even if you're kind of limited by your weight, super easy way to make it tougher without getting heavier is to just slow your movement down a little bit. So kind of tempo it out. So go a bit slower on the way down, a bit slower on the way up, or have some pauses in there as you're going through. You could always go into a single leg variation if it still feels too easy, but everyone looks solid in that first one, so we can kind of hold on to that hopefully. Got 7 sets, so it's a decent amount of volume, especially if you're going a little bit higher in the rep range. Still got 30 seconds. Ten seconds. Set number 2. 3, 2, 1, and go for it. Literally exact same thing for everyone. You guys all look good that first set. Still looking good. $30 going into round 3. Three, two, one, and go for it. Round number 3. Nice, Jimmy. There you go, Joanne. Nice. Yeah, you guys are all looking good. It's always different vibes doing a strength component at home, eh? With lighter weights, not like normal scene at the gym. Yeah, so 15 seconds again, going into set 4 of 7 here. You guys are all looking good, so hopefully just making sure we're maintaining it, feeling it through the hamstring and glutes. If you start to feel low back, you can just kind of think about tucking core in a little bit more. Whenever you're ready, though, this is set number 4. The only other thing you can kind of keep in mind too, if you are feeling low back, is think initiate or squeeze your butt more as you're driving hips through to come back to that full extension. Nice, Joanne, looking good. 3 more to go still here. Fifteen seconds. Round number 5. Three, two, one, and go for it. There you go. Nice, Jimmy. Solid. Okay, Joanne, looking good. Lauren, still holding up okay? Awesome, good stuff. 2 more to go still. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds into round 6. 3, 2, 1, and go for it. Good stuff. Joanne, I just realized, is that an ELO album on the wall there? To your left, right in front of you there. Or I guess to your right, technically.
Oh yeah.
That's
Well,
cool,
Mike,
'cause I was saying, my dad has the same kind of setup in the basement where he has like a bunch of records and like picture frames and stuff. It literally exactly as that. I guess to kind of show them off, but that's so cool.
well, Mike has like he used to be a DJ in the old days.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, like at a radio station. So he has this CKUY one here.
Yeah.
That's Phil Collins signed it.
Very cool.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
he's
so I'm like, I recognize that. I'm like, I for sure know what that is. So
yeah. Actually,
funny.
Mike and I saw them, I guess 2 years ago, whenever they were in Toronto. It was a good show.
I really like Yellow.
Yeah.
They're good. All right, everybody. So this is it. Final set of deadlifts. Whenever you are ready, you got the full 2 minutes here. So Definitely don't need to rush. Make it count. Last set. Solid, Jimmy. There we go. All right, everybody. So
Those
we
actually
still
catch
have-
up with you even with the lightweight.
I know. Oh, I was gonna say when you do the more volume too, it ends up adding up a little bit more. I feel like sometimes. So we still have, yeah, God, like a good 10, 15 minutes you guys need to hear now to get ourselves set for this Metcon. So again, what it is 6 rounds for time. Actually, let me pause it just for a piece again. 6 rounds for time, 5 hang power cleans. Again, I think the only person that might actually stick with the 5 would probably be Jimmy. I would say for you ladies, maybe make this 10 just because you'll probably use some like a little bit lighter dumbbells. So just going with your dumbbells, ideally from the top of the knee, jump and catch the shoulder and then stand, and then we'll make that 10 reps instead. If for you, Lauren, that doesn't feel good still with the hinging, let me know. We can maybe play around with like just like either air squats or like a goblet squat or something if need be, so we can test it out and see how that feels. Then you're going for either 50 double unders or 100 single skips, or again 35 jumping jacks or plate hops. If we are doing the skipping, anytime you trip, you would do 5 burpees either over your bar, your dumbbell, or just doing 5 regular burpees is still totally fine. If we're doing jumping jacks or plate hops, you're just going to do 5 burpees each time you get to either, you know what, it doesn't really matter too much to me. You can either do it at the beginning of the rounds, or you can do your burpees and then hit your jumping jacks. So either option is fine with me. And then we're just going to go for that for 6 rounds. So take some time, look it over. Any questions or concerns you may have with this portion here, let me know, and then I'll help you guys out, and then we'll get rocking in, I don't know, let's say another like 7, 8 minutes. The good news, yeah, for everyone is that they're coming from the hang, which is, I guess, a little bit easier in the sense that you're not worrying about getting right to the floor.
Do we hold them this way or this way?
You can kind of go either way. So for me, Joanne, I personally kind of like almost come on a slight angle to start, where it's like kind of halfway. And then as I jump, I just transition a little bit so they come onto my shoulders. And then when I come back down, it's like almost palms back.
Okay.
Like, let's see if you go. Yeah. Like, and if you even keep them like straight off to the side, like it's almost kind of where it feels most comfortable. Yeah, for you as you go.
Okay.
And you're going jumping jacks too, correct, Joanne?
Yeah, I'm just gonna run to the washroom. I got 2 minutes, 1 minute.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got time. You were good. I'm say hopefully everyone's skipping game is on today. You don't want to be doing tons of burpees. If for some reason, yeah, you guys who are skipping the 100 singles or 50 doubles is feeling really off, and you're only doing like sets of 10, I would maybe cut the volume down a little bit, or just give yourself a little bit more of a rest before you do your 5 burpees, because I don't want this whole workout to turn into just you doing burpees. you can even think, Lauren, you can stay a little bit higher up. So when you come or hinge forward, only go to the top of your knee. So when you come from here, only come to your knee, yeah, and then from there, jump. So there, yeah, there you go. Yeah, and then only other thing too, actually, Lauren, try to think too for me, instead of going, if you watch my knees if you can. So instead of coming this way, try to think more, push your hips back a little bit more and shoulders come a bit more forward. So you're loading up hamstrings a bit more. So think a little bit more of a hinge. Yeah, and then from there, jumping slowed up. Yes, yeah. Just so that way you get more like hamstring and glute versus, yeah, there you go, just low back. Cool. Okay, but yeah, so give yourself a little rest. Actually, if you want to, one other thing you guys could all do, just because we haven't really done a ton of it yet, either maybe going for like just a couple little hops. If you want to go for a couple ankle circles each direction, just kind of loosen up the lower half of the leg a little bit more. I know we did some skipping in the warm up, but we got a decent amount in the workout still here. In terms of timing, you're probably looking at anywhere from on the very fast end, like 7 to 9 minutes. Probably more realistically, we're hopefully looking at more like 8 to 12-ish kind of range. I think it'll kind of all just depend on how your skipping and jumping jacks and stuff are going. Again, I think Jimmy, you're the only one that's going to be going for the 5 hang power cleans. I think for my 2 ladies, you guys should aim more for like the 10 rep range, just to again give you a little bit more volume with those slightly lighter weights. Then we're into our 50 double unders or 100 single skips or 35 jumping jacks. Again, for anybody skipping, anytime you trip, you would do 5 burpees. Joanne, all you'll be doing is going for 5 burpees at the start of each round for the skipping. So just remember that. And then we rotate through that for 6 total rounds. Does anybody have any last minute questions or a little thumbs up to kind of show we're all good to go? Beautiful. Let me get my timer here. 6 minutes. Okay, cool. So yeah, here we go. 5 rounds. 50 double unders, 100 single skips, 6 rounds, starting in 10 seconds. Have fun. 3, 2, 1, and go for it. 5 to 10 hang power cleans, just depending on our weight. Yeah, that totally works, Joanne. Nice. Way better, Laura. Nice job. Nice job, everybody. Again, good goal here with this one. Once you finish off those skips, give yourself a deep breath, get yourself set. You don't want to spike that heart rate too high. 6 rounds is a decent amount, so you don't want to be getting too crazy out of the gate here. Nice job. Nice shot, everybody. Looking good so far. Nice job, Jamie. Lauren, you gotta do burpees now, Lauren. Yeah, there you go, Joanne. Nice. Good, Jimmy. Great job, everyone. In terms of pacing right now, it kind of looks like you're all going to be finishing around that 12-ish minute mark, about 2 minutes per round. Looking good. Just hopefully hanging on to that as best you can. Nice, Joanne. Nice work, guys. Way to keep those breaks limited. You guys are moving through nice and smooth here. Just over 6 in. Yeah, nice one. job, guys. You guys are all getting there, moving good. Said Lauren. Said Joanne, you got this. Almost there. Nice. Big hips on those cleans. There we go. Job, Jimmy. Your rope break? Guess you're going jumping jacks now. That guys, 10 minutes down. I think most of you are right near the end here. Last couple rounds to go. Again, if you can, maybe ramping it up a little bit. If not, just try your best now to not let that pace slip. Hang on to it. Nice job, Joanne. You got great pace going. Almost there, Lauren. That Jimmy.
Oh, that was spicy.
I would say that was a rough one, eh?
Jumping jacks are harder than one remembers.
Obviously.
Old school gym class.
I know, right? That's a problem with the workouts in the basement, not being able to go. Like I've been doing just pretend double unders because there's no room where I am. So for the skipping, it's yeah, just pretend skipping.
Yeah, I tried it in my front hall once, but I took out the popcorn ceiling with it.
Oh. So he's gonna do that all along the whole way now, and then you'll have a brand new base or ceiling after. It'll be all flat and smooth.
Well, in the warmer weather, I was able to go on the deck, but.
Yeah, totally. Nice job, Lauren. All done. Is that it? I think for everyone. Yeah. Beauty. Nice job. Look at me guessing around the right time. That 12-minute max mark. That was good. Nice job, guys. Lauren, what happened? Your rope broke, or you hit the ceiling, or?
Well, I was skipping, right?
Yeah.
And the little attachment in the little holder decided to go flying. And then my dog ate it. So
Come on.
I'm not even kidding. She walked in and she was like, "Oh, treats!" And then she went and ate it, and now it's gone.
Perfect. That's it. I would say hopefully you can. And that shouldn't be too hard to hopefully get another one of those. But hopefully your dog's fine. That's.
Yeah, we're ordering another skipping rope anyway. This one was from when I was doing competitive swimming. It didn't really matter what kind of rope you had, but
Gotcha.
yeah.
Right. Good stuff. Yeah, way to go, everybody. That was perfect. How was it? It was spicy, eh? 6 rounds. I think 6 rounds of almost anything is always going to be tough.
Yeah, it gets in your head.
Honestly, eh? Yeah. Well, Jimmy, how was it for you? What weight did you end up using?
95.
95, nice. Yeah, that's good. Okay, you guys all look solid there. Well,
Thanks, Ernie.
great job today.
Thanks,
Thank
Ernie.
you.
No
Bye,
worries. I'll see
everyone.
you guys soon. Have a
good day,
great rest of your
everybody.
day.
Bye.
See you guys soon.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.